Welcome back to the channel. If you click this video, you already know we have our first bill to do a quick analysis over and for me to kind of share my thoughts and what's next. So this is well overdue, I'm well aware of that, but I just wanted to make sure that I spend the right time to explain everything and to do the proper analysis so that I guess I'm not telling any false information. So for full transparency, this is my entire bill that you see on the screen. For the ones that are interested and you don't want to sit through this entire video, the key number that you need to look at in terms of how much I've made, the summary is down over here, $87.58 in credit. And what that means is if I minus the refer a friend credit, so I'll do the full calculation in a moment, it means a total of $71.91. is the total net profit after everything. And by after everything, what I mean is we run the house for everything that we need from an electricity standpoint, which includes three-phase ducted air conditioning, heating, heated flooring in the bathrooms. Then what else? We've got 3 split system aircons or heaters, and then we've got 2 EVs. So that's after running all of that, we have made $71.91 in our pocket, or total is $87.58, which includes the refer a friend credit. On that note, if you do want to join OVO, I know they've just recently updated their plans. I will ensure I have the referral link down below. It does obviously give me a credit, as you can see there, as it does to you as well. So how did we land on all of these figures? Let's start first with my actual usage costs or electricity rates. So up here you see on the screen, I've got a, now mind you, I need to preface to say this is a legacy plan. I've been on this plan for the past few years. You are not able to get this plan anymore. I think the plan is somewhat close. I think they've recently halved their overnight charging rate, but I think the solar feed-in tariff has totally dropped off. So please make sure you check all of those important figures and you do the calculations and you work out what's best for you, because you may potentially find that there are other companies that do offer something better. Either way, peak unit rate 47.96 cents per kilowatt hour is the usage rate, i.e. this is the buy price if I was just to buy. Now these are all based on certain hours of the day. I've got EV off peak, which is 7.9997, which is basically 8 cents. So that 8 cents period is basically from midnight to 6 AM. If I need to charge the car, it costs 8 cents per kilowatt hour. The daily supply charge is a fixed amount, which is there pretty much for every single day that I am connected to the grid, which is 102.3 cents per day. Super off peak is free charging. I've got 3 hours per day, which is 11 AM to 2 PM. And then at any point in time, if I want to sell back to the grid, it's 8 cents per kilowatt hour. So what does that mean in total? The summary in terms of that, in terms of dollar or the cost for using electricity in my home. If we start at midnight to 6 AM, it is the 8 cents, the EV off peak, the 7.9997. Then from 6 AM to 11 AM, it's the 47.96 cents per kilowatt hour. Then from 11 AM to 2 PM, we've got the super off peak, which is 0. And then from 2 PM up until midnight, we go back to the peak unit rate of 47.96 cents per kilowatt hour. So hopefully that gives you a good explanation of the entire usage. Now let's jump over to the bill. So first things first, what I need to explain to you is how OVO actually works as an electricity company and your billing. So in traditional companies such as say Origin or OVO Energy Australia, they send you a bill every quarter with whatever usage charges and supply charges and all of that stuff. And then from there, you either have direct debit or you can kind of pay amounts in advance or small amounts in advance so that you don't feel that hit when the quarter comes. For OVO specifically, you do have direct debits every single month. So even though I know that I'm going to be in profit, they still will direct debit and they will still take a payment. I have seen some instances where people have had the system for a much longer time and they actually don't direct debit anything. But based on my previous usage versus now, you can see at the top over here that they are taking a direct debit of $97 every single month. So jumping back to the beginning, in terms of working out how this whole bill cycle was, we look at the bill period, which is 19 Feb to 18 March, so roughly 28 days. The previous balance ended up in a credit already of $261.59. You can see that we had a direct debit payment of $97, which brought us to $358.59 in credit. And so my usage, you can see all of the stats and details over here, but I'm going to jump down to the bottom over here. You can see a massive 1,390 solar feed-in credit in terms of kilowatt hours exported, which was absolutely crazy. And mind you, this was just the first month. And so what you see here is that's your total credit amount, which also includes the refer a friend credit and that interest reward. So they do also pay a little bit of interest. I think it was like 3% or something on your remaining balance at the end of the month, which means that the total end of the new bill is actually 446.17 in credit. So how did we land on that figure? Well, or the figure that I mentioned earlier on, I took the 446, which is the ending position, and then I minused the previous balance and the direct debit payment, which meant that was the net amount for this bill, which comes to the $87.58. And if you want to get very specific, we can also minus the refer a friend credit and minus the interest reward as well, which brings it to a total cost of $71.91. So that was for the entire 1 month. Alright, so that covers everything for the bill side of things. So now let's jump over to the Sigenergy app or web browser app so I can show you the settings that I was using as a part of that bill. So right now I've got Profit Max selected, which is unlock the full potential of your system, actively manage export and grid top-ups to ensure maximum financial rewards. That is what I've changed after I received that first bill. So you're going to have to wait until I get the next bill sometime in the next week or two so we can do an analysis there so I can show you the differences. There wasn't much that's changed in our lifestyle in terms of driving, so I think from memory the charging should be the same, so the electricity usage should be fairly similar. But the one that was a part of the bill is balanced energy. Now for context, and I know I didn't say that at the start, the Sigenergy Battery system does have an AI mode where you can get it to manage all of your electricity, buy, sell and stuff like that. You just need to input all of your current plan details into it and then it will take care of everything. But for the bill that we just went through, I used balanced energy for the entire month, which was struck the perfect balance between savings and readiness. And so I then decided to switch to Profit Max, so we'll do an analysis later on for that. And so I'll put the bill back onto here so you can have a look at all of these figures whilst I kind of start to wrap up the video. So first thing that I just want to reconfirm is my charging habits have not changed. I am still doing my charging between 11 to 2 because it's for free. So my view is, why do I need to use it from my battery when I can do it during the day when it's for free, and I've also got solar pumping in as well. So I'll basically charge during the day during that free period. I've got enough solar to charge up the battery as well, or I pull in from the grid at that time. And so I'll be full pretty much by 1 to 2 p.m. to power for the rest of the day up until tomorrow, in which I will still have spare battery remaining. Based on my current usage, we are waking up with, I'd say about minimum 50% battery still remaining, which is roughly the 20 kilowatt hours worth. So I know that I've always got that amount as a buffer should I need it for whatever I need to do. And then two other things I want to talk about. One is ROI. This by no means is an accurate reflection to be used for ROI. You cannot just use the 71.91 or the 87.58 you see down the bottom to use that purely as a calculation to work out your ROI. Don't forget that there are things that have been baked into this that you don't necessarily see. What I mean by that is, because we've got a battery now and I know that we are pretty much self-sufficient for the most part, we're using the air cons more. So that's more of a lifestyle change where we are now more comfortable than we were before. So we've got to bake that in. In terms of dollar figures though, the one thing that is hidden that's not shown here is the fact that the two cars that we have at the moment have replaced ICE vehicles. And so if you really want to do and crunch your numbers in terms of the whole ROI, you should work it out based on the cars that you've replaced. That's my view anyway. Totally open to, I guess, what you think about that. But my personal view is I've bought the two EVs to replace specific cars that I liked and enjoyed previously as a car enthusiast. And so when we do our ROI calculation, at least from my side of things, I will be calculating or I'll be taking into consideration the petrol and the consumption used for those vehicles as well. Otherwise, I personally don't think that it's too accurate to work out an ROI based on your bills alone. And then the final thing is, what do I think of all of this and what is next? So as you saw earlier on in the Sigenergy app, I'm currently sitting on profit max. So I'm very keen to see what the next bill is going to be, and then I'll share it with you. Am I going to join a VPP? At this point in time, the answer, I originally said when I first signed up that I can't wait to join something like Amber or a VPP. However, after talking to a couple of friends and also seeing what plans they're joining on, and I guess also moving into the winter period, I think I might hold on to this plan a bit longer. And also seeing the fact that plans are being updated, but they're nowhere near as good as what I'm on. And again, that's just a personal view. So I think I might hold on to this plan for at least maybe during, let's just say till the first month of winter, unless the plan changes. But I might hold on to it till at least June, July at the bare minimum, just to see how the battery performs based on our lifestyle overnight and whether or not we're running out of battery or just general behavior. So I'll make sure I keep you posted. As always, I want to make sure that we keep things transparent. So if you have any questions, as always, drop it down below. I'll be happy to answer that. I've shown you the build. I'm not hiding anything at all, and no one's paying me to make these videos as well. So if you've stayed through the entire thing, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe for more content, and we'll see you soon.